Welcome, everyone, to the Hecate's Doorway podcast.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right. We didn't introduce ourselves last episode.
Oh, no, we did not. Damn it.
We keep doing this.
Ugh.
Whatever. We're your hosts, obviously. My name's Brandon.
I'm Gabriel.
Oh, there
Nice
you
to
go.
meet you all.
All right. So, we are going to do a nice, light-hearted episode. This is, we're still working around with what we're going to do with our episodes, if we're doing multiple series or something like that. We're going to do a Urban Legends.
From Japan.
Yeah, boy. Gabe over here took control of this script, so this is all written by him.
Yeah.
So if there is a bunch of fucking fruit flies in my face...
Don't worry, there isn't that much errors. Maybe a few typos here and there.
So I'm just going to sit back and let Gabe tell me about these. I'll make horrible jokes.
We're going to start off with some of the lighter ones and work our way down the list.
Do these get, like, heavy?
Not that heavy, but some of them can be creepy sometimes.
Oh, okay.
This first one is a really innocent and funny one. It is called the Botobeta-san. It is a yokai. Don't know if y'all know what a yokai is.
I don't.
No? Basically, it is a Japanese term for ghosts or spirits, but all put into one group. And then from there, they split up into different categories of what they are.
Oh, okay. So it's a spooky ghost.
Spooky ghost.
Spooky ghost. All right. Spook me up.
It is named after the onomatopoeia of footsteps from Japan.
I'm sorry, what?
The onomatopoeia for footsteps in Japan.
So, wait, what was it called again?
Betobet-san.
Betobet. So the onomatopoeia for footsteps is Betobet?
I think so, yes, from what I've done.
What are how are they walking? I've never heard someone walk and thought it sounded
I think
like
it's like in cartoons and whatnot, that's why. Hey, I'm just telling you what I've researched on, okay?
Well, I mean, I guess this is the same country that gave us Dragon Ball Z, where every time someone lands, it sounds like they have metal feet.
Yeah, true.
Whatever, okay. We'll let this train roll.
Don't question too much. These are not going to make sense to us because it's a different country. Kind of just have to let things go sometimes.
Oh, it's not because they don't exist?
I mean, that too. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I believe in this stuff, so for me, it's a possibility.
I guess I have to play the role of the edgy atheist skeptic.
Yes, you do. If you're ever out alone, out by yourself in the rural areas of Japan, or if you're walking by out in the wood and you hear footsteps next to you, there's a good chance it is Betobet-san, who is just a simple ghost who just wants some company. He doesn't do anything to you. He won't harm you. You'll just hear the sounds of him walking by.
He just walks with you.
Yeah, basically all he does.
This is nice. It's been a while since I've walked with someone. Where are you going?
Where you going? How's it going?
How's it going?
Hey, guess what? Want to see my cool watches?
Want to buy some fucking watches, kid?
But yeah, for the most part, this spirit's fairly harmless.
I mean, if only thing it does is walk next to you, I guess the only thing it do is really scare you. Unless does it get pissed off and it just aggressively walks instead of, it's... Oh no, he's mad today. He's not stepping, he's fucking running.
I think that's a different type of ghost, but I don't know, maybe. So I'm just trying to look up something. I realize... there we go. Forgive me for my pronunciation on the words I'm going to be saying here in a bit. I'm not the best Japanese speaker. I'm nowhere near Japanese.
I think it's just tradition for us to ruin foreign language on this channel. Podcast. We're not YouTubers.
So if you're ever out there alone and you hear these footsteps and you ever want them to just like stop, all you have to do is step aside and say, Shizuoka, which I believe roughly translates to please go ahead. I could have said that wrong. Please forgive me.
You're scaring the fuck out of me. Can you go first?
And yeah, he'll just walk away and he won't bug you. You want to see how he looks like though?
He looks like something?
Oh, it doesn't. It's really genderless, so it doesn't really have a gender. Basically a giant bubble.
But it looks like a giant bubble with teeth. Is it Bubble Buddy?
Bubble Buddy! Yes!
It's fucking Bubble Buddy.
Oh, that was funny. I didn't think of that. Damn.
Well, that is the Mr. Steppy Step. That's cool.
Yeah, Mr. Steppy Step.
Not too creepy. Let's get into some creepier shit then, I guess. Let's continue.
Another one that isn't creepy
No.
We'll get there eventually.
Oh, okay.
This one is called a Baku.
A Baku?
It is a holy beast according to Japanese mythology.
Holy beast.
Yes, this one is on the side of humans and will protect humans from other evil yokai and whatnot.
So it's like a Pokemon?
Yes, more like Digimon, but yes.
What's that one? Zatch Bell.
Oh, Zatch Bell. I miss that show, man.
That show was actually good.
It really is. It's a good show. It feeds on bad dreams as its nourishment, basically.
Huh.
Like, some of these yokai tend to have, like, their diet of what they eat. This one feeds on bad dreams.
How does it eat bad dreams?
You'll see in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Well, not really, but you can guess on its appearance.
Okay.
It's, let's see. The Boku has legs of a tiger, tails of an ox, body of a boar, head of an elephant, eyes of a rhinoceros. Yep.
Eyes of a rhinoceros. Don't they basically it's just eyeballs.
Yep. It's,
A chimera.
you know what a tapir is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically that.
Yeah.
Someone just saw a tapir and was like,
Possibly.
that ain't no animal.
I don't know if you've seen a tapir recently.
Yeah, they're interesting little creatures.
If you see that, you think it might be something like what we just described as.
I mean, yeah, someone definitely just saw a tapir and didn't know what it was and was like, holy shit. I think I just done saw a fucking holy ass demon.
Which is interesting, but still cool.
I mean, that's like how half of urban legends start. People just see an animal they've never seen before and flip out.
Yeah.
Like, I think we talked about this. I don't remember when we talked about Wendigo, but like they talked about how early settlers just saw a mange-riddled deer and just like, that's a fucking monster.
And because it's also a holy beast, most yokai, the evil ones, are afraid of it and will tend to leave any territory where there is a Baku around. So because of that, a Baku is also associated with health and good luck.
Nice. So does that mean he uses his little trunk to like suck the dreams out of your
I
nose?
think so, yeah.
Just-
Or it could be like an anteater where he uses its tongue and whatnot too.
Just stick it up your nose?
No, I think it just goes into the dream bubble.
It sticks in your ear. Don't mind me, I'm just sucking out the bad dreams. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, still not creepy.
No.
Actually, I think the foot one's creepier than that one.
Yeah.
Because I fucking hate when I think I hear footsteps behind me.
Same.
That freaks me the fuck out.
Well, one little more tidbit about the Baku. Apparently in old times, they used to write the kanji word for Baku on pillows. So when people would sleep on them, they would have good luck and good dreams.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What is next?
Next up is the Jinmonken.
The what? Uh-huh.
Jinmonken, aka the human face dog.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the human face dog. You
Yeah,
never heard
there's
of
the
Jinmonken?
the dog with the human face. You ain't never seen no dog with a human face? Man, my dog back home got a human face.
Yeah, my home dog over here is a bulldog with a broken face.
Hey, yo, what's up? You ain't got any Boston Lager?
No, yeah.
Woof woof, bitch. Alright, go on about the dog with the human face.
They can mostly be found on urban areas, digging through trash cans and whatnot, and looking for food.
Did someone just see a small homeless person?
I have no idea. I try to find the origins, but this is one of those ones where it could have been just like a simple story made up, and it just spreads from there, and many people have different interpretations on how it was created.
Yeah, more than likely.
Ooh. Okay, wait, I'll say that for the end of this. So, it's said that these dogs exist because a human and a dog were killed at the same time in an accident.
So they fused?
Basically, yes. The souls fused together.
Are you sure that
they were able to pass?
Are you sure this wasn't some Unit 731 shit where they're like, alright, we put the dog in one car.
Oh, God.
And we put the human in the other car. And then they ram them together at full speed. Unsuccessful. Did not make human face dog.
Nope. Not today.
Trial number 382. Can we just go back to ripping the skin off women's hands?
Oh. Yeah,
that's more fun.
That's a story for a different time.
Oh,
man.
we're gonna cover that. Holy shit.
We have to cover them.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because damn.
That's some fucked up shit.
But before I get into the next one, side note for what you just said about the chimera, about them being fused together.
Mm-hmm.
According with the legend with the Baku that I just told you guys about, apparently it was put together by the gods of Japan and was considered one of their favorite animals. That's why it's also a holy beast. It was put together with the spare parts of what was left around after they made Japan and the rest of it, everything else.
We got all these like extra parts. They don't make a whole thing. God's up there. Hey, what if we like put the fucking trunk on the fucking face? Hear me out, dude. Hold up. Hey, that looks sick. That's my favorite fucking animal.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot to include that, but because of what you said, it reminded me of it.
Didn't they do that in like a Family Guy cutaway gag?
Probably. Honestly, it won't surprise me.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's great. I love it.
Alright, next up is, again, forgive me for my mispronunciation. I did try to look this up.
I mean, it can't be as bad as when we mispronounced every French and Hungarian word in like our first 4 episodes.
Yeah, true. At least I'm kind of familiar with Japanese because I do watch a lot of subbed anime. Shut up.
Humble brag.
Shut up. Not humble, just stupid, bro. It's like, yeah, me. I'm good at this. No, I'm not. I'm not good. I'm a fucking weeb. I'm an otaku. I know that. I do my best, though.
I get by.
I try my best. I try not to disrespect other people's cultures. Alright, so this one is a Shirokiya department store desk.
Okay. I thought you were just naming the creature. It's like, it's the Shibuya department store. Oh, the whole store.
I mean, there is an urban legend about buses in Japan, so... Or was that in America? I can't remember.
Someone just watched Harry Potter and was like, watch out for them night buses, yo.
Oh, man.
That shit whack.
That was an SCP. That's what it was. It was an SCP.
Of course it was.
Alright. This is gonna be not too heavy, but at the same time, it's a big urban legend that kind of changed the fashion in Japan.
Okay, so
whether or not it did or did not, there's a lot of debate.
So this is like an urban legend event, not a creature?
Yeah, this is an event.
Okay, cool.
So on the 16th of December, 1932, a fire broke out and would kill 14 people and injured 67 people. They say that a bunch of sales floor ladies went up to the roof to try and escape, but were instead trapped. Even though they were firefighters with safety nets and ladders, it is said that they refused to jump. Apparently, it was common for women to not wear underwear or panties when they were wearing their kimonos during that time period.
Okay.
Whether or not that's true...
What does that have to do with the fire?
You'll see. Well,
okay, it's not done. I thought that's how you ended it.
No. There's more information. I have more information, man.
Okay. I just thought you were ending it like that.
Yep. Okay. So it's over, folks. On to the next yokai.
So those firefighters got a lot of good upskirt shots.
You dumb asshole.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Go.
Let me wait for him to stop real quick.
I just thought that's how you ended it. I'm just like, what? Where did that come from? But now I gotta know, what the hell does that do? How does that tie into this?
So, they refused to jump because they did not want to be shamed. Because, of course, if they jump, their stuff would fly open, and people would see, and they'd be very ashamed of that. And they did not want to live with that shame, so they choose to die instead.
Dude, that's whack.
But there is no real evidence that actually happened. There's a lot of hearsay in there that it did happen, but according to, again, sorry for this, according to Shoichi Inoue, a professor of Japanese customs and architecture at the International Research Center for Japan and Studies, has denied the story, saying that the saying that the story was made up, and not that the fight was made up, but that the story about the women jumping was made up to grab the attention of Western audience. Because that story went worldwide.
I can see that. I mean, I can see both, but yeah, I can see both. Like, I can see them being like, "Yo, we put like women not wearing underwear in this story. Fucking Americans are gonna eat it up, dude."
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I can see that like actually happening because I know like I don't know a lot about Japanese culture, but I do know the whole like I know they have a skyrocketing suicide rate for a reason.
Yep.
So I can totally see women not wanting to, I guess, rather being burned alive than being exposed.
Yeah.
And if this were China, I can see I can see them covering the whole thing up and be like, "No, this never happened. This never happened."
There's no woman boxing say.
Tiananmen what?
Let's not get dragged into that. Next thing you know, we disappear. Ooh. What happened to that podcast? I don't know. They just stopped posting. So still a bit more I have to say.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
Yep. So this is more of background on the fire itself, as to give people a bit more clarity on how. So the floor itself was 8 stories high, with 2 stories underground for car parking and whatnot. The fire itself started between...
If this actually happened, the fire in the building actually happened?
Yeah.
Is just the women part that was quote-unquote made up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a good chance people did try to go up to the roof to try and jump. Maybe that did happen, and whether or not it was because of the women them did not want to jump, who knows?
I mean, depending on when this happened, I know in America at least, like when they first started using the safety nets that people jump into, people wouldn't jump because they're like, "No, I'm gonna fucking die in that thing."
Yeah.
And like fire departments had to do a shitload of convincing people like this is safe. So there's merit to that too.
Yeah.
That they could have not wanted to jump because they're like, "No, I'm not fucking jump. I'm 8 stories high. You want me to jump into a net?"
Now the fire itself started on the 4th floor and spread it to the 8th floor.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of people that made it out, but there's still quite a bit of people that didn't make it.
Damn. Okay.
And it was during the New Year's sales event, so there's a lot of decoration, a lot of stuff that was hanging up that's probably really flammable.
They like paper decorations, don't they?
Oh yeah.
That's a real. Because I know I see it all the time, even in like modern.
Yeah, like origamis.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
like the paper lanterns and that stuff. That's like still a thing they do over there. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
I can see that shit lighting up real fucking fast.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And because of that, the fire spread. And supposedly, as well, that whole story also... So supposedly, because of that story, it actually changed the way what women would wear when they were with the kimonos. They would actually wear underwear and undergarments instead of not wearing it. So supposedly, it started a fashion change in Japan.
I can see that too. Big question. Why did they not wear anything under there when they went out? Is it just a women thing, or did men not wear anything under?
I was trying to find that. I couldn't find anything solid enough.
That's really weird.
I'm pretty sure I could find more if I kept digging, but like at the time, I was just like, some of these just like made up.
Yeah.
I can't tell what's real.
Like I can get wanting to feel the breeze.
Yeah.
But that does not feel like something they would choose to do. Especially since it's not like a dress where it connects. It's literally like a robe.
Yeah.
So that shit's gonna fucking blow up hard. Like, that's weird. It's really weird. Good on them for wearing stuff under their fucking robes, though. Alright.
So it doesn't really tell me why. It just said that it was common for them to not wear anything underneath their kimonos.
That's so weird.
I'm sure there's some reason for it.
I'm sure it's not a good reason.
Yep, but oh well.
Alright. So I'm taking it that this is kind of the tipping point where it starts to get into the more creepy stuff.
Yep. Yes. Yep, that you was right about.
Give me the creepy. Make me feel like it's October again.
So now we go on to the Akimoto, otherwise known as the Red Cape.
The Red Cape.
Or it has red vest, or blue vest, or blue paper, red paper. It has many different names, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
It is a spirit that haunts public restrooms. I know. Trust me, it sounds dumb, But when you hear what he does, it doesn't sound so dumb anymore.
Does he take all the toilet paper?
No.
Woo! You see the toilet paper roll go? No, I've already started.
Alright, now, so this spirit haunts bathrooms that are seldom used or that are like old squatting styles, because in Japan they used to have bathrooms where you had to squat to pee and to poop and all that.
Wait, just a hole in the ground?
Not a hole, it's more like what's that thing that they give you in hospitals?
Bedpan?
Yeah, bedpans. Think of it like that on the floor, basically.
Why?
I didn't do research on that. I'm not gonna
so
go to.
Gross.
It was how things were back then.
God.
Not sure it was because of war or just a style.
And that's haunted enough as is. You walk into a bathroom and it's just a fucking squatty potty.
It mostly haunts the fourth stall in like a old. So any stalls there are, it haunts the fourth one, because number 4 is associated with death in Japan.
Fourth from the door.
If it has a number 4 on it, consider it to be vacant majority of the time.
I know I'm asking a lot of questions here, but do they number their stalls?
I think so.
That's weird.
Yeah, people do a lot of stuff in different countries.
I only use stall number 5.
Well, you might not want to use stall anything with the 4. That's why in Japan they really don't have any for anything.
Oh yeah, isn't that like the thing where they make like a fake floor or something on a building so there's no 4th floor?
Yeah, same with like in hospitals, they tend to avoid any rooms that have the 4 in it.
Someone's just dying and they got him on the crash cart.
Especially in the maternity wing. They really don't want that.
We can't put him in here. This is the 4th room, but there's no empty rooms. I'm sorry, sir.
So apparently, if you put a pregnant woman in the 4th room, 43 or whatever, or 44 room or whatever, it basically translates to a stillborn room.
Do you want to have this baby or not? Because I got a room to make all your troubles go away.
Oof.
Oof.
But yeah, dude, I did so much research on this. So, in Japanese, number 4 is pronounced she, as in, and for them, that death is the same word, she. So when you say it, you're kind of saying death instead of the 4th, instead of number 4.
Why didn't they just make 2 separate words?
They did. They made she, but then some things got changed because time moves on and stuff changes all the time with languages and whatnot. But they kept it. So instead, they used the other word, yon. Y-O-N, and that most people tend to use that word instead of she when they're referring to anything, especially a person. If they're counting 4, instead of saying ich ni san chi, they go ich ni san yo.
So someone accidentally slips up and says she, and then they just fall to the ground.
It's like, shit!
God damn it! You know not to use that one. I'm sorry. I crack under pressure.
Yeah, it's something that's apparently really known throughout in Japan. So back onto the spirit. The spirit is said to have a flowing red cape and a mask to hide his face, and it carries 2 rolls of toilet paper, one red and one blue.
No.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Which roll you take?
If it finds you, it will give you 2 options. And it says that no matter what you pick, you will die.
I guess I'm not wiping my ass today.
Literally, no matter what you pick, you will die.
Why do you give me options then?
I don't know. It likes to torture people. Alright. Wanna guess what picking red paper does?
It unlocks your mind to the ways of being a Sigma male.
Close, but no.
Oh god, okay.
So it has this knife that has hidden. It takes it out, slices your throat, and then proceeds to stab the crap out of you. It just stabs the shit out of you.
You chose red paper?
And basically, it leaves the bathroom soaked in blood, and it makes you look, and covers your whole clothes in blood to make it look like you're wearing a red cape too.
So if you choose blue paper, does it just pour a fucking Gatorade on you until you die?
Nope.
Okay, what's blue paper?
It sucks all the blood out of you, leaving you blue.
Jesus Christ.
And that's only some of the variations. There are multiple multiple endings, almost all negative, except for one that I found where if it asked you to pick the color purple, apparently that one lets you leave alive.
Did you bring the purple one today? I want the purple one. I don't want the red or the blue.
Some people tend to just flee, and they live, so long as they don't tell the story. Apparently, from what I've read too.
Yo, did you wipe, dude? You smell like shit. I can't tell you why I didn't wipe. Bruh.
There's also different, literally, he has many, it has many different death animations. It could, one way it could kill you is by literally, so, some of the dumbest ways, it doesn't kill you, but it's a dumb thing that does is, it shoots a tongue out from underneath the hole where you're peeing or pooping, and it licks your asshole.
Oh man, I sat on the REM toilet today.
Yep. And some of the more brutal things it does is a hand comes out from underneath the hole, and it drags your body down through the piping.
You wouldn't survive.
Nope.
You wouldn't.
Again, it has many different death animations.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the rimming, please.
Let's see. Another thing it can do, depending on the color, it can either dismember you too, leaving you then in the bathroom.
What is this, the spirit of Richard Ramirez?
I think so.
Jesus.
Yeah, it just does whatever it wants. There's no clear, precise thing like in most other ghosts and demons and whatnot that if you do this, it will lead you to this. Or if you do this, it leads to this.
Is there any, like, explanation on what it is, or, like, where it came from?
Not that I was able to find.
So it just appeared one day and is like, I'm just gonna fucking...
It was kind of those, there is a bit of explanation where it came from school, from like school grounds, where kids would be anxious and anxiety. The anxiety would get the best of them because they were alone in an old stall that was a fourth stall.
And then an old man busted and is like, what color toilet paper you want?
Maybe, honestly, someone probably got hella scared. And this legend was born from there.
Don't go in that bathroom. He asks you what kind of toilet paper you want. It's scary. The red one makes your ass bleed. The blue one, she just dipped in the toilet. and then he licks my ass.
And yeah, that was Akimento. I'm not sure if I even pronounced that right the first time. And yeah.
Oh my god. I love it. That's my favorite.
Next up, the Dora Tabo.
What?
Dora Tabo.
Dora Tabo?
If I pronounced that right, yes.
Alright.
These are the transformed souls of farmers that tore out in the rice fields. I knew you would laugh as soon as I said that.
Welcome to the rice field, motherfucker.
I fucking knew it. I knew you would make that joke.
I'm sorry.
I knew it. She was like, man, as soon as I write this, Brandon's gonna make that joke. But yeah, it's basically the souls of dead farmers that died out in the rice fields and that were neglected poorly after their deaths by the owners of the rice fields.
They run their tractors over them?
Possibly. I don't know.
Damn, okay. That's fucked.
They only appear at nightfall with one eye and 3 fingers.
Shit.
Normally, the 5 fingers a person has are apparently representations of 3 vices and 2 virtues. You got the 3 vices, anger, greed, and ignorance, and the 2 virtues, wisdom and compassion. So since it only has arisen with 3 fingers, it is considered a spirit of vengeance and hatred.
That's Nicolas Cage.
Yes, Nicolas Cage. At night, you can hear them calling out, "Give me back my rice." You just hear that out of nowhere. It's like, what the fuck? And it's basically... And the only way to get them to go away is for the owners that did them wrong to sell the land, or to die, or to move away, so that the land can go back to them and they can move on from their afterlife.
Damn, okay.
Want to see how they look like?
Yes. For everyone who can see, which is only no one.
No, but they can look at this up.
Yeah, look it up yourselves, you fucking lazy assholes.
At least an imaging.
Some zombie shit.
Oh yeah, they're zombies basically.
Where's my rice?
Yeah, they're covered in mud and whatnot. And you have 3 fingers. It's interesting. Interesting monsters.
That's pretty interesting.
Next up, here's one that was famous not that long ago, actually.
Oh shit! Okay.
Because of a bunch of supposed disappearings and killings that were going on at the time.
Oh.
Whether or not they were true, kind of up in the air.
Is it that Momo bird?
No,
Oh, okay.
not that thing. Not that thing at all. That's fucking dumb as shit. This one is of the split mouse woman.
Oh shit! I don't like that one at all.
I know, right? Do you need a picture?
I do not want a picture.
Y'all should look it up. If you don't know what it is, look it up.
I-
It is one hell of a trip.
Oh.
Especially the movie they made of her and the game. There is a game, I can't remember what it's called though. Yeah,
I didn't need to remember that.
you're welcome.
Let's get it. Let's just jump into it.
Alright. Supposedly the story goes as there was a beautiful lady back in Edo period, I believe. She got married to this really famous samurai. And they lived a really happy life for a while. Till eventually one day the samurai had to go away for war. So she was left by herself for the most part. She was fine with that at first, but eventually she got really lonely and fell in love with another man.
Oh.
And eventually the husband came back and found them in the act. You can guess that wasn't pretty from there. He'd
You mean they did just have a threesome?
No, they did not. Sorry,
okay.
man. That's not common everywhere. From what I've heard, there's many different ways the story plays out.
There's many ways you can slit a woman's mouth.
Literally. Like, if you look this up yourselves, I'm sure you'll find different stories, different ways that it happened to her. That she was beautiful, she was rich, poor, whatever. The way I heard of it is, he killed the man, and then he took his Tonto. No, not Tonto. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Fuck. No, that's a band.
Toto?
It's this short blade that they have for samurais. They would use it for when they were being executed, basically.
Oh, the,
Seppuku. Yeah, that. Seppuku.
Seppuku.
When they would commit seppuku. They would cut open their stomachs and then their heads would get cut off.
They cut their own heads off?
No.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think you can really do that.
They would usually get, like, their best friend to do it for them.
Is that suicide, then? Because...
Well, they would cut the stomachs open, and then the head would be, yeah.
Bro, we've been training for this our whole life.
That's usually the head cutting off, so it's usually reserved for, like, ceremonial events. For, like, Ronin. I believe.
Just a ceremonial event of having your head chopped off. That's...
Yeah. Usually, if they were by themselves, they would just take the blade and just stab themselves in the heart, or something that would kill them because they were ashamed of what they've done and rather take their own life than live with the guilt and the burden.
What the fuck did Japan do to its people to make them, like, feel guilt that fucking hard?
There was a time during the Shogun era and during the Emperor that basically God to them. And the God, because he's God, he can make people tell them anything and make them feel however they want. And they would have to obey them because if not, they would die.
That is so fucked up.
Shit. Back then, the Edo and the Shingoku period are very romanticized nowadays, but it was really fucked up back then.
Dude, all of those, like, ancient times are think of how many times you look at, like, some fucking Middle Ages movie or show, and it looks all, like, nice.
Yeah.
When you know everything was literally covered in shit.
Yep, that's why they had the Black Plague.
Yeah, because no one fucking washed.
Oof.
Alright, so what did he do with his seppuku blade to this poor woman?
He grabbed her mouth, grabbed her head basically with his hands, took the knife, slit it from cheek to cheek, and asking her...
serious.
No, not straight, like diagonal.
Oh.
Like...
He fucked up?
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit.
He went diagonal instead of straight along her mouth. Instead of giving her like a big old smile, he gave her more of like a permanent jaw open thing. Yeah.
Gross.
Very. And he asked her, "Are you really that pretty now?" or something like along those lines.
That's fucked.
Yep. And because of that, her ghost now basically haunts rural or city areas, going around asking people. She normally wears a mask, so you can't tell, but she's a tall lady with long black hair, and will ask you, do you think I'm pretty? If you say yes, you live. If you say no, she'll take the blade, which is usually a giant pair of scissors, and she'll stab you with them or leave you with the same scar she has on her face.
Damn.
Yeah, she would. And so if you say yes, she'll take off the mask, and she'll ask you the same question. Of course, you'll react in a way that's not very polite, and she will kill you.
Oh, goddamn, bitch. What happened to your face?
Apparently, those are all ways to survive her encounter.
You just gotta be into it. You'd be like, oh man, you were a 9,
Actually, no matter,
now you a 10.
No matter what you say, if you say yes or no, she say yes, you're gonna die. You say
what?
No, you're still gonna die. But apparently the ways to trick her is either by throwing candy at her, which will distract her for a moment.
Am I? Oh shit, is that a Reese's?
Or, fuck, what was the other way? Or if you ask her if she thinks you're beautiful, she will stop and ponder the question.
But am I beautiful? No. Oh man.
And then you have the time to just run away and hopefully live. Hopefully.
So carry Reese's Pieces with you everywhere you go.
Yep. And that was my list.
Damn, son.
I do got one more actually I can tell you guys about.
Yeah, fucking throw it in there. Throw it in the
This one is a Yuki Onna, otherwise known as a Snow Woman.
Snow Woman. Why? I might be wrong. You know, maybe this is just my personal experience. But why is it always the female spirits from Japan that are the most fucking terrifying? Like, it's always the women. Like, when you see a male spirit, I feel like half the time it's like either a samurai, which could be terrifying, or like a zombie. Yeah. But it's always, the Ringu and the fucking Grudge. It's always something like that with Japan.
It's because, as the saying goes, hell will have no fury as a woman scorned.
Yeah, I guess that actually makes a lot of sense.
And back then, women weren't exactly treated that well in those periods.
What?
They were treated kind of good, but like they were still sometimes considered to be a bit below
second-class citizens.
Yeah, though they're treated a little bit better compared to medieval periods. From what I've heard and read, they were treated a bit better because they were at least given some respect, depending on what they did.
And then the Middle Ages came and was like, nah.
Yeah, but it just has to do with the way women were perceived and the revenge and the anger they took out on those that wronged them. I believe it's just how everyone else just saw the woman's soul.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I believe that's my perspective. It's not an actual.
Yeah, no, I can see that. So, So what is this one? What did you say? The snow lady?
Yeah, the Yuki Onna is the snow woman. And the story goes is that there was this elderly man and his son that were one day walking along the mountainside of Japan, and it was during a very snowy day that they decided to take shelter in a cabin that they found. They decided to stay there, and they lit a fire, and after nightfall came, they went to bed, hoping that the morning would be a lot better for them. The story goes that during the nighttime, the younger man woke up and was feeling like a really, really deep cold surrounding him. He wasn't sure where it came from because the windows were locked, the windows were shut, door was shut, fire was still going, so why was it so cold? Eventually he turned to his grandpa because he was going to ask him or see if he was awake too, but instead he saw the most beautiful, otherworldly woman he'd ever saw in his life. She had pale skin with long black hair, and he just was so mesmerized by her. But he also saw that she was about to touch his grandpa too.
He was a hand for me.
He was going to say something, but then she turned to him and was just, they're like, no, be quiet. She touched his grandpa, and she basically drained the life out of him that night. And he died.
Oh.
She turned to him and said, do you promise to never speak of this to anyone ever again?
Yeah, no, I'm fucking terrified. I ain't telling nobody this shit.
Yeah, and he said the same thing. He's like, okay, you will live this night, so long as you never tell anyone. And if you ever tell someone, anyone, you will experience the worst pain imaginable that anyone can ever experience in life.
Emotional damage.
And after that night, he never saw her again. When he went back to the village, he told everyone that his grandpa had just passed away due to the extreme coldness, and that there was nothing he could do. And everyone mourned the loss of that old man.
Damn.
2 decades passed by, and nothing happened. He was still alive. Eventually, he met this beautiful, beautiful woman. They fell in love and started to run a business together. Had 6 kids together.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? But I mean, this is ancient periods. Where
I guess so. Half of them are dead anyway.
Well, would die, yeah. One day they were out walking, out doing another snowy day, and they saw this beautiful cabin out there in the middle of the woods and decided to spend the night there.
Just break into someone's cabin.
Yep. Back then, there were a bunch of cabins that were considered to be open to anyone that needed them. I think there's still something like that today. With hunters and whatnot.
Nice.
So they got in there, spent the night. The children were all very curious about the new place, but they were also very anxious. They were just not satisfied with the stories that have been told so far by the dad.
Oh, so now he tells the spookiest story of them all?
Yep. Children, would you like to learn what actually happened to your grandfather on the night he passed away? The children just looked at him in a surprised look and were waiting to be told the story. So he told the story. And all the children were really frightened. But by this point, the man himself was basically beginning to doubt that he ever saw her in the first place. Because so much time passed by that he was like, that probably didn't happen. I was probably just half asleep. Or something. I probably just imagined it.
Gacked out of my mind.
Yeah. And so... yeah, he told them. And when he told them, the children were frightened, but he just laughed it off. He's like, it's okay, it's just a ghost story, kids.
Nothing's gonna happen.
So he decided to go into the kitchen to look for his wife, because she was busy making dinner, but he couldn't find her. He didn't know where she went. He looked around for her, and eventually saw a tall, dark-haired woman standing in the corner by the door of the cabin. He was scared and was, who are you? How'd you get in here without me noticing? Then he heard a familiar voice that he has not heard in decades. I told you not to tell anyone about what happened that night. And his look of terror just fell on his face. He was stunned. He was like, no, you're not real. You couldn't be real. Oh, but I am real. Very real. And now... you're about to experience the worst pain anyone could ever feel. She blew a gust of snow out of her mouth and covered the children in a thick layer of ice. And all the children were all frozen solid, perfectly carved, as if they were molded from their actual being.
She froze his kids.
Yep.
It's like, joke's on you, I hate my family.
He turned around and saw, but then he begged her, please let them go. Please, take me instead. But she was furious. She said that night your father died, he made a sacrifice that night to let you live. But because you broke your promise, now all these children will become just like me.
Oh no.
He then realized something and turned around, and all the children were gone. He turned back around to find the woman, but she was gone as well. That cabin was empty, and the only person there was him that night. There was no trace of anyone else.
Damn, she just straight up abducted his family.
Yep.
What about his wife? Was she his wife the whole time?
Yep.
I fucking knew it.
Usually a Yuki Ono, apparently from the stories that are told, they tend to become the wives of the person they are stalking to see if they will break their promise or not.
Bro, that's fucked.
I know. Apparently you can tell if your woman you're with is a Yuki Ono if after years and years have passed by and their beauty is still the same, that might be an indicator that they are a snow witch.
It's not. They just fucking walk in the door and snow falls behind them. And they just make a bunch of fucking ice puns like Arnold Schwarzenegger in that terrible Batman movie.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, the man went back to the cabin. There's a lot of chatter on what could have happened that night, but he lost his mind. He could not live with the pain that he'd just been through. Because he lost his whole family.
Is he seppuku?
I think so, yeah. And that was the story of the Yuki Onna.
Damn, that actually is like the most fucked up one.
Yep.
Thank you for taking me on this journey.
You're welcome.
I think my favorite's the bathroom one.
Of course it would be. You thought it would be the rice field one.
I love the rice field one just because it made me think of Filthy Frank, but fuck, how am I not supposed to like a ghost that's either gonna stab you or tongue your asshole?
I know, right?
Oh, that was beautiful.
All right.
Well, this was your little break in between Richard Ramirez. Next week, we're back with more fucking Richard Ramirez, though at least next week is when he gets captured, and that story is actually great.
Nice. That's great.
Well, thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed my storytelling and weren't too annoyed with my voice.
No, you did a pretty good job.
Thank you.
I thought so. As always, everything's in the show notes. Our Twitter, email, Patreon, all the good.
Yep, all the good.
Make sure to rate us 5 stars wherever you are listening. I cannot stress that enough. I think that's it for now. So, Hail Satan, everyone.
Blessed be y'all.
Bye,
Take care.
bitch.